Greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here. Every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 3 decades plus of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing and regenerating system. It's designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while that may seem like a miracle to some folks, this renewing system is really nothing more than just the way the body works. Thanks for joining us, friends. Pharmacist Ben here, and you are listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We love hearing from you on The Bright Side, 844-236-6010. I like this show to be a dialogue, not a monologue. And if you have a comment or success story you'd like to share or questions about anything we're speaking about here today, including the longevity products or business or formulations, we've been talking about energy medicine, mind-body medicine now for a while. We'll continue talking about it. If you have questions about that or comments, or success stories. I love hearing success stories on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. We got a guest coming up at the bottom of the hour, Lisha Antica, who is a friend of mine. I've known her for many years. She cured herself of ovarian cancer, and I'm always fascinated by folks who cure themselves of diseases using just home strategies, without doctors, without medical intervention, without drugs. Lisha Antica cured herself just basically with mind power of ovarian cancer. And that's what's possible if you understand how to tap into the healing powers of the body, because the body's a healing system. Yes, nutrition is important, supplementation is important, food is important, exercise is important, but there's many, many strategies that we can employ, that we can leverage to take advantage of our good health, because it is in the body's nature to heal. It is in the body's nature to regenerate and renew and heal itself. That's what The Bright Side is all about, and that's why I call this program The Bright Side, because it's the good news. If you're not dealing with a health challenge, you maybe can't relate to this, but if you are dealing with a health challenge, you certainly can relate to the fact that the medical model is absolutely helpless, useless, impotent at taking care of chronic and long-term degenerative diseases. And I'm not being insulting or negative when I say that, because they admit it. They tell you there's nothing we could do about your psoriasis. You're going to have it the rest of your life. There's nothing we could do about your diabetes. You've got to be on this medication the rest of your life. You've got to be on, come back and see us every 6 months for the rest of your life. That is the conventional wisdom of the medical model. And it's not an insult when I say that. That's just the way they operate. And it's not an insult either to the individuals who are participating in the medical model, because for the most part, they're good people. For the most part, doctors are good people. For the most part, the representatives of our healthcare system are good people. They're just misguided. They're just basing their understandings on old knowledge. The idea that we can heal ourselves has been in the zeitgeist. It's been in the reality. It's been in our world for thousands of years, since the time of Hippocrates, but it really hasn't taken over. It really hasn't caught on in the medical world until very, very recently. And so if you're going to a physician when you're sick and you're expecting to get better, you're basing your understanding on antiquated wisdom, on old knowledge. The idea that we can be medicalized to improve our lives is old knowledge. The new understanding is that we can use our mind, we can use energy, we can use electricity, we can use lifestyle choices to get better, to get healthier, to get stronger. Again, because it is in the body's nature to heal. So we'll talk to Lisha Antica at the bottom of the hour. She is doing a free workshop on trauma release, called Unstoppable Confidence. And we'll be talking to Lisha Antica at the bottom of the hour. We'll take your calls in our next segment, 844-236-6010. I will be doing a talk this Friday this Saturday, February 29th, 2020 at my lab, 2240 Curtis Street in Denver, Colorado, 80205. We'll be talking about the longevity products, and we'll give away some longevity products as well. We'll also talk about the business, and we'll talk about building your business and using some of these ideas to build your business, to help people, to make the world a better place, and to make some money at the same time. That's what longevity is about. Making the world a better place, making people healthier and stronger, and making some money at the same time. It's a entrepreneur-based concept. It supports itself. The ideas of longevity support themselves by entrepreneurs like you, if you're an entrepreneur, who want to make a little bit of money and also want to make the world a better place. If you're interested in the business opportunity, call 866-735-2470 or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. We've got the longevity products. We've got blogs, blog posts and news stories, as well as videos, and a join the team link that you can click on if you want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $30 fee and be in business for yourself. Also, I want to remind you to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. Never any preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, water, silicone, oil, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want in any of our Truth Skin Health products. We've got specials. Our Perfect Pair is going for $49. Our Perfect Pair is our Truth Transdermal C Serum, made with almost 80% fat-soluble, stable, moisturizing, skin-softening, penetrating vitamin C, and our Biomimetic Mineral Mist for $49. You get both, and of course, there's a money-back guarantee. You're not going to want to take it up. You're not going to want to take us up on it, but it is there. So there's no risk to you. $49 for our Perfect Pair at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, back to our story of mind-body medicine, the power of the mind to control the body, the power of the mind to heal the body, or to make the body sick, for that matter. We make ourselves sick psychosomatically. We heal ourselves psychosomatically. The word psychosomatic is kind of an insult. Oh, that's just psychosomatic. At least it used to be an insult. If you don't understand the power of psyche to control soma, psyche somatic means mind, body, psyche for mind, soma for body. Psychosomaticism is the idea that the mind is connected to the body. And indeed it is, because every time we think a thought, we make a chemical. Every time we think a thought, we make our body. Chemistry is our body, chemicals are our body, hormones are our body, and every time we think a thought, we make our body. I do a class on hormones. I always ask at the beginning of the talk, what is a hormone? People raise their hand and say, oh, it's a chemical. Oh, it's a molecule. Oh, it's something that comes out of glands. And everybody always describes a hormone and gives us some of the qualities of hormones, but nobody can ever say what a hormone is because it's really hard to say what a hormone is. I call it magic. A hormone is magic. Why? Because a hormone is where the invisible world becomes the visible world. The world of our thoughts becomes the world of our body. The invisible world of thoughts becomes the visible world of our body via the action of hormones. Hormones are the interface. They're the connection. You think a thought, you make a hormone. And by the way, you eat a food, you make a hormone. Those are the two major power points. The two major leverage points over how our body shows up is our thoughts and our foods. Why are foods, and by the way, supplements, I'm including supplements in there. Why are foods and why supplements? Because foods and supplements go into the blood. And so our hormones show up as a result of what's in our blood. Thoughts change what's in our blood. So thoughts and foods and supplements are the major ways we change our hormones. And our hormones, of course, are how we change our body. So via thoughts and foods / supplements, we change the way our body takes shape, for better or worse. I got a letter today, a text actually, and I told this gal, Annette, that I would discuss it on the radio program because I think it's really important. Annette writes, I was just diagnosed with shingles today. The doctor prescribed valcyclovir and gabapentin. Unreal. I'll talk about that here in a minute. I was wondering if the omega-6 healing cream would be good to apply to the rash. I've been researching natural homeopathic remedies and nutrition. I'm trying to find the best body wash to use also. I used a mixture of honey and water last night because I read that raw clover honey is good to help heal the rash. Any recommendations you can make would be very helpful. Thank you. Have a great day. When I hear about raw honey for shingles, I think of Eye of Newt and witchcraft. Yeah, honey's good, but it's not going to cure your rash. It's not going to take care of your shingles. We've got to understand what shingles is. And we're going to talk about that when we come back from our break, because nothing exemplifies mind/body connection more than shingles, which is an absolutely miserable immune system condition. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back. We're back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. If you want to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470, or even better, if you want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $30 fee, call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470 for info, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. We've got news stories, blog posts, videos, lots of good health information, and my moments of truth are up at criticalhealthnews.com. Thanks, Jonty Collier, for setting that up. We also have my Moments of Truth on our Facebook page, The Bright Side with Pharmacist Ben. Thanks to Nasima for setting that one up. I did my Moment of Truth today on electrons and the electronic nature of health, the electronic nature of the body, the electrical nature of the body. I've been fascinated with the electrical nature of the body since I first started to understand it. Nutrition works via electricity. Nutrients, what we call micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, facilitate the movement of electricity, and proteins, fats, and carbohydrates store electricity. In fact, we get our electrons from food, and this is one of the reasons why you want to eat fresh. This is one of the reasons why you want to avoid processed foods. I was at a store yesterday. I go to this store every once in a while. It's called Vitamin Cottage, and they have them in Colorado and in New Mexico and in Arizona. There's a few states in this part of the country. Actually, they call them natural grocers now. They used to call them Vitamin Cottage. And when you go into Vitamin Cottage, almost everything in that store, it's supposed to be a health food store, and that's where I buy my supplements, some of my supplements anyway. And if you go into the store, it's a health food store, and the supplements are great, but most of the food there is processed. They do have a produce section, but most health food stores, the bulk of most of the offerings in most health food stores is processed foods. It comes in a box, it comes in a package, and these processed foods, while they may have some nutrients in them, for the most part are dead foods. Processed foods are dead foods. And one of the reasons why we're so unhealthy in this country is because we're subsisting on dead foods, foods that don't have electronic energy. They don't have an electrical current in them. Without electrical current, a food cannot be healthy. Our cells are like batteries. They conduct electrical energy, and good health depends on electrical energy. It depends on positive charges and negative charges, and I don't want to digress too much. I will be talking about this in the coming days because it's so important. Vitamins and minerals and trace nutrients work because they facilitate electricity, and proteins, fats, and carbohydrates work because they're sources of electricity. Oh, by the way, it all comes from the sun, ultimately. That's why the sun is so important. The sun charges foods and creates electrical energy. It's called the photoelectric effect, and that's where the sun gets turned into electricity, or sunshine, or sunlight, ultraviolet rays get turned into electricity via this so-called photoelectric effect. And this is how food becomes charged with electricity, and that's why you want to eat fresh foods. You eat a fresh piece of veggie, fresh egg, or raw dairy, you're eating raw electrical energy. You're eating electrical energy that's been transformed, that's been created by sunshine. Most of the food we live on does not have that electrical energy, and this is one of the major reasons why we're sick. So before we went to break, I was talking about this text I got today, and I told this gal that I would discuss it on the radio because it's just so interesting to me and so fascinating to me. She says she was diagnosed with shingles. She wants to know what to do. She's been first. She was given valcyclovir, which is an antiviral, and it does have some benefits. The cyclovir drugs will help speed up the elimination of the virus. They're antiviral. They do have some benefits. Gabapentin is just a drug, a pain relieving drug. It doesn't even work very well. And if you look at the word gabapentin, you'll see GABA. GABA is a neurotransmitter that you could buy really cheap at the health food store. Gabapentin is the drug company's version. This is one of the ways that drug companies operate is they take nutrients and they tweak the molecule to create a drug. That's what gabapentin is. If you've ever been prescribed gabapentin, just go to the health food store and get GABA, basically the same thing. Anyway, she wonders about my omega-6 healing cream. Would be good to apply to the rash. She's been studying. She's using honey. And is, these aren't bad things to do, but they represent desperation because we don't understand what's happening. Shingles is, to be clear, shingles is just about the most miserable. Well, there's a lot of miserable things that can happen, but it's certainly in the top 10 list of miserable things that can happen to the body. It's unbelievably painful, especially if it occurs in the face or in the eyes. I've seen shingles in the eyes. It's a viral infection of the nerves. Usually occurs somewhere along the spine area, or sometimes, as I say, in the face area. And it's just an awful, awful, awful condition, and I can see why people would get desperate if they have it. But a body wash isn't going to help. She says, I'm trying to find the best body wash to use. Honey's not going to help. She says, I used a mixture of honey and water last night because she read that raw clover honey can help heal the rash. It's an immune system condition, okay? Immune system conditions are basically defensive. And this is what all chronic disease is. In fact, if you really want to understand chronic disease, you got to understand the relationship between defense and disease. Dis-ease, out of ease, is defense. Dis-ease is the end result of defense. It's how the body protects itself. Shingles, an immune condition, inflammatory condition, is a defensive condition. It's a sign that the body is protecting itself. In fact, the symptoms of an infection, shingles infection, or the symptoms of any chronic disease, are really signs that the body's trying to protect itself. Inflammation is a protective response. So really what we want to do is we want to eliminate the offending agent and strengthen the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the defense system, make it stronger so it can eliminate the virus, so it can fix the condition, so it can correct the damage without having to get all out of kilter with out of control inflammation and pain and all of the things that are associated with disease. Disease is actually the end result of a weakened defense system. If the defense system is really strong, you don't get disease. It takes care of the problem. It's only when it's operating at half strength, let's say, or weakened strength, that the symptoms persist. If you have a strong defense system, you're not going to have a shingles infection. It's only when the defense system is weakened, and therein lies your protection. Strengthen the immune system and eliminate offending causes, or protect yourself from offending causes. In the case of the shingles infection, you're not going to be able to protect yourself against the virus, but what you can protect yourself from is additional loads. The immune system is like a camel's back, and there are straws that get put on the camel's back. If your camel's back doesn't have a lot of straws on it, the virus isn't going to affect you. But when you have a lot of straws on the camel's back, the virus acts like the last straw the camel's back breaks. So by removing other straws, and most of those straws come in from the digestive system, that is correcting digestive problems, you will minimize the likelihood that you will be attacked or that you will end up with symptoms from the shingles virus, which is actually the herpes virus. So number one, if you're dealing with the shingles virus, or you have a tendency to get the shingles virus, and people who get it a lot or get it frequently. Not everybody gets the shingles virus, but if you're susceptible, it becomes really important to eliminate straws. Straws meaning food, meaning problem foods, and strengthen the digestive system. If you are prone to shingles, if you have a history of shingles, number one, correct digestive issues. Eliminate problem foods. Strengthen the digestive system. Use probiotics. Use apple cider vinegar with your meals. Make sure you're using your ultimate enzymes with all your meals. Eat less food. Reduce caloric intake. In addition to strengthening the digestive system, you can also strengthen the immune system. Use vitamin C. Use zinc. Vitamin C is ridiculously important for all immune problems. High doses of vitamin C for shingles, that would be one of the first things I'd recommend. 50 milligrams a day of zinc, 200 to 400 micrograms a day of selenium. Make sure you're using your anti-inflammatory nutrients like the ultimate EFAs. These are way better strategies for dealing with shingles. And don't forget the mind-body connection, which we're going to talk about here when we come back from our break. All right, we're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, and 24/7 on the archive page at brightsideben.com. We've got 9 years of archives. I started doing this program 9 years ago, almost exactly 9 years ago. Got lots of archived information and a search engine that you can click on or that you can search on if you have a specific topic you want to look up. brightsideben.com. We also have blog posts and news stories at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. Lots of videos and free health information. Also, my moments of truth are up at criticalhealthnews.com. And, of course, you can purchase longevity products or sign up to join the Brightside Ben team off our websites as well. You can also call 866-735-2470. And don't forget to take a look at our Truth Skin Health products. Never any preservatives, fragrances, fillers, waxes, emulsifiers, surfactants, oil, silicone, water, nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want in any of our Truth Skin Health products. We've got specials running at truthtreatments.com. Also have a skin health blog up at truthtreatments.com. All right, I am very excited to have our next guest on. Alicia Antica, somebody I've known for probably, gosh, over 20 years, I'm guessing. And when I first met Lisha, she had just cured herself of ovarian cancer, which I found extremely fascinating. As you know, we talk a lot about being your own health authority on this program, not resorting to the medical model on this program, and nobody exemplifies that more, and nobody exemplifies the success of those strategies, those mind-body strategies, and being your own health authority more than Lisha Antica. And I'm proud and happy to say that she has also dedicated herself, like I have, to helping people understand this mind-body connection and believing in yourself and taking your health into your own hands. So please welcome to the bright side, my good friend Lisha Antica. Hello, Lisha.
Hello, Ben. How are you? Hello,
so nice
everybody.
Thank
you for having me.
Yes, and it's very nice to talk to you. So I've known you for many, many years. When I first met you, I think you had just cured yourself, or maybe recently had cured yourself of ovarian cancer. So I want to talk about.
No, you're so silly. I met you before I think I was even diagnosed, because Jen went to all of my appointments with me, and you created my all of my Bs and all of my vitamins. I got them all from you.
So you have been diagnosed.
That my naturopath told me to do, I got them through you and your then girlfriend Jen.
So hang on, Lisha Antica. You had got diagnosed after we had met, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had forgotten that.
Through the whole bit with me.
Okay, I remember that you were using my B complex. I remember we talked about health, but I didn't realize that we were involved in that. That's almost, Lisha, give me a break. That was 25 years ago. I'm an old guy.
It was. It was more than 25. I was 21 and I'm 44.
Okay, so that was
however many years that is.
23 years ago. Well, not only you cured, I want to know how you did it, first of all, but what's really exciting and why I wanted to have you on the program is you didn't just cure yourself. Once you cured yourself, you started to dedicate yourself to helping other people understand the power that we have. So first tell people about how you did it, and then I want to talk about some of your workshops, and now you're a published author in some of your books as well. So first tell us, how did you do it exactly? Talk to people who have this condition or have any health challenge.
Yeah, so I have to come back to how it started. I really feel like our body is our wisdom. Our body is the more I know my body, the more I understand our body. Our bodies carry our past. Our body is our subconscious brain, for lack of better understanding.
Well said.
So
well said.
I had a tumultuous childhood. I had sexual abuse from the age of 18 months to 13. And, I now have worked with people that have horrible stories and lived in a totally different arena than me. So I look at my life and I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. But it was sporadic, and I had some beautiful pieces of my childhood. But it was enough to make an impact and give me some ideas about myself and my sexuality. So I had ovarian cysts that burst a lot, and I had hemorrhaging that happened on the regular. I got a Norplant and bled for 2 years every day. This is all in my late teens. And then I had the cervical cancer and ovarian, just a mess. It was a mess. They told me at 16, oh, you'll never have kids. And then at 19, I got the Norplant out, and they said, oh, you're totally toast, and we don't even know what's wrong with you down there. And then finally they were like, oh, you have cancer, and it's stage 3, and it's
and how old were you?
My grandmother had died from cancer, ovarian cancer.
How old were you, Lisha, when you got diagnosed?
I was 21.
Wow.
Yeah. And I, loved school. I've always been an academic. In Boulder, we love coffee shops and studying, and it was cool and chic, and that was part of my life. The other part of my life, though, was dancing and partying and just living on the edge. And so I had to scale all of that back to heal myself. And I think that was probably the hardest part and the best part of the whole thing, because through the process, I was surrounded by people like yourself that really did understand that the body holds our wisdom. And so I tackled the cancer in a couple different ways. I was going to get a radiation ball and my cervix out, or a cone biopsy. Anyway, and they didn't have the tool at the clinic I was going to. They didn't have the tool to cut me, and I was freaking out because I had an incident with a knife when I was younger, and I flipped out. Jen was there that day. Like, I flipped out in the office, and they said, malpractice, you have to find another doctor, we can't treat you. And it was absolute PTSD. I think they handled it horribly. But I had canceled all of my school and my work. I was working full-time, going to school at CU Boulder, and it was like a big deal for a 20-something-year-old, you know? And so anyway, I freaked out. And I went to my friend who was a chiropractor. My mother was going to school to be a chiropractor, so we were very close to that community. And he was like a kind of dad figure to me. And I was crying in his office, and this beautiful woman, Dr. Nancy Rao, sat up and she said, I help people with cervical cancer and ovarian stuff all the time. And I said, okay, what do I have to do? And she's like, well, depending on, bringing your results and depending on it, we could work together for a couple times or 6 months, but you'll come in every week and put treatments on your cervix. And Jen and you made those salves, and you have to eat this certain way. So I went vegan and did a lot of juicing. I drank this black stuff. I had to have really high potent bees, which, your bees like flushed me every time.
Hey, Lisha, we got to take a commercial. Lisha, hang on. We got to take a commercial break. Okay, when we come back, I want you to talk about some of the mind-body stuff, that you use, and then I want you to talk about Unstoppable and your work with women. Perfect. So hang on. We'll take a break, okay? I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We're talking to Lisha and Tika about cancer and mind-body. We'll take a commercial break and be back right after this. Don't go away. Back on The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben, and we're talking to Lisha and Tika, lishaandtika.com, by the way, LishaAntiqua. What a beautiful picture up here, Lisha and Tika, I have to say.
Thank you.
Last time I saw you, you were a youngin'. Now you're a beautiful woman. So anyway, you were telling our story. You were telling your story about the salves and the B vitamins. I want to hear about the mind-body connection, because I know you use a lot of that, because I could tell by your website. So how did mind-body relate to you're curing yourself of cancer?
So it really boiled down to, through the whole experience, I learned that I'm not just a body. I'm not just a mind. It's not all about the emotions, right? There's an etheric realm, an intuition realm, right, that I had to master, and then there's the soul. So I've studied yoga my entire life, basically, and they talk about the 5 sheaths of a person, and I believe that we're all here to master that. So everybody, we all have it.
What are the 5 sheaths? When it comes
to healing yourself, you have to look at each layer. And when you look at each layer from where you want to heal that, whatever the issue is, whether it's a physical ailment like cancer manifesting, or it's a mental ailment like depression or anxiety that's manifesting, or it's something in relationship, like you have something continuously coming up in a relationship. Maybe you attract the wrong kind of person or somebody that treats you a certain way, right? And it just keeps happening and happening. These chronic things, we usually focus on whatever it is. So if your body hurts, you focus on your body. Well, it's usually not a body problem.
Well, that's a very good point.
Body. It's manifesting there, or it's manifesting in the relationship, but it's not it. So the biggest thing that I can give you guys as listeners is, look at all the angles. So the angles are, you have your physical body that you get to look at, and it might be manifesting something. You have your mental body, and it's your thoughts, your belief systems, right? It might be manifesting something. You have your emotions, how you feel about it or don't feel about it. Numb is an emotion that actually calls in and creates that energy around it to manifest. And so all of these are working together. And then you have this etheric field around you. This is a vibe that you pick up. You know, you feel somebody's vibe when they walk in the room. You can tell, you know, if they're in a good mood, if they're faking, if they're like edgy, like you can feel people, right? You have that vibe. So you get to know your vibe. This is something that we're just really not taught about enough in today's world. And then you have your soul, your unique soul that is on its own journey. And that's the truth. So when your soul is leading you, like, you're pretty good. People that are aligned with their soul, they have miraculous healings. They instantaneously change their genetics, right? They like, miracles happen. People wake up from comas. People are instantly healed from different cancers. And it's a soul thing. So the soul heals the fastest, then the etheric realm, then your emotional realm, then your mind, and then your body.
Okay, Lisha.
So when you look at the whole aspect, this is why I'm a transpersonal psychiatrist and why I work with holistic coaching, is because you look at the whole aspect, then the healing happens, then the magic happens. So the mind-body is so much more than the mind or the body. The mind and the body are actually the two kind of more visible, right? Those more visible, more out in your face, more talked about aspects of yourself, but they're the slowest transforming aspects.
Lisha,
years ago, I was deemed the trauma transformer because I take, old childhood events and I help people transform them into beautiful things in their lives and powers. And that's what we're doing in the Unstoppable Confidence event that you mentioned earlier, too. So, I do that by really introducing people into their etheric powers, their spirit, their soul essence, that place. And that was a gift that was given to me literally on the table with Nancy Rao, like with everything up inside me, healing my cervix and my ovaries.
Lisha, a couple things real quick. First of all, I love the idea of the soul and how the soul does the healing. What do you mean by soul, and how does somebody who doesn't understand spirituality or soul, how would you explain that to them, that idea? Because it's very fundamental. That's what's really doing the healing, this sense of us, the Antika sense or the Ben sense or whoever we really are. That's how I would describe soul. But how would you talk to somebody who's not spiritual, hasn't done yoga, who's sick but wants to leverage the power of the soul?
Yeah. It's just understanding. I think I work with so many people that aren't spiritual, that are actually anti-spiritual, that are anti-religious, right? And they're like, I don't want anything to do with that. Well, it's like, there's a life spark inside of you that's beyond this time, reality, and space, period.
And that's what you mean.
There's an essence that if your body got sick and you went into a coma, you might be in your mind. But if your mind went, you'd still be in your body, right? There's just so much more to us than the tools that we have. So the biggest tool that you have is to know that my physical body is my house. My mental body is like the walls and the paint. My emotional body is the decorations. My psychic body or etheric body, however you want to call it, is kind of like what I put in here, the music I play, what I want to be around, right? And then there's the soul, and the soul is me walking into the house.
It's you, who you are as the person or the entity that's going into the house, the body, the thing that goes into the body.
Yeah, the thing that goes into the body.
Okay, well, I hope that's understandable, folks, because it is really, really a source of power. So you deal with people individually. Like, somebody's listening and they're sick, God forbid they have cancer, or they know somebody who's sick. You deal with people on a one-to-one basis, correct?
Yes, I work one-to-one, and then I have group programs too. I have a year-long group program that's about to open. Yeah.
And how would tell people how they could be a part of your workshop, number one, and then deal or have you help them individually, number two?
So individually, we go to, I guess I just switched that around. So number one, individually, since I'm here, I'm switching it on you, Ben. LishaAntika.com. And right there on my homepage, it says schedule a consultation. The easiest thing to do is let's just get on the phone. Let's me meet you, you meet me, see if we vibe, see if we connect, see if the program is for you. And then it is a very specific process of getting to know these 5 aspects of yourself and then how you present these aspects into the world, and really getting into yourself and watching the manifestation of of healing, of connection, of confidence, of rebirth really happening. And it's amazing. I've worked with thousands of people that just are it's like wild to see what happens. And very individual. Even if you're in a group, it's very, very individual. The next thing that I have happening right now, and the link Ben will have to put up because it's actually really long. That's how they work. But it is Unstoppable Confidence. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. It's a Facebook group. So the easiest way to find me there, I believe, is through the Facebook group. You can search Unstoppable Confidence, or you can just go to my Facebook page, Lisha Antica. That's my Facebook page. It's Lisha Antica, holistic psychologist. And the group is right there. And we are going to go over like building confidence. That was the one thing when I asked everybody, like, what's stopping you from getting over your childhood, from moving forward, from really stepping into who you want to be, how you desire to be, what's that block? And they're like, confidence, negative self-talk, confidence, not feeling good, right? Knowing what to do. And so we're going to have a huge event at the beginning of March where I'm going to hands down just like give you tools and techniques to cultivate your own confidence and step into it in a deeper level, and then work with me privately, of course, getting to know me there.
And then you also have books, right?
I do. So one of my transformational books is From Bondage to Happiness. It incorporates the spirituality part of it, as well as just the shift of perspective that I had to have in order to heal, and shares my story. So that you can find on Amazon. It's in print and on digital. And then if you want to know more about confidence and spirituality and you're into yoga, I have a study I did for 10 years. It's called All In, and it's a study of the first two parts books of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras and the Bible, and what is science, what is religion, and what is really philosophy. And so I break it all down for you. It's really straight, just total facts.
And I should tell you,
Very
I'm reading that
transformational book.
And I'm reading All In right now, and it's an awesome book. And I love what you've done, and I love your work, Lisha Antica. Congratulations! Thank you so much. We got to go. We're out of time, Lisha. But your website, lishaantica.com. I totally support your work, and thank you for what you're doing. I'll talk to you soon, Lisha. Okay?
Thank you, Ben. You
All
too.
Right, take care. All right, that's lishaantica.com, and I'm 100% on board with everything she's doing. It's just completely transformative, especially if you're dealing with a health challenge. That's what we're all about here on the Bright Side, making you better on all levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening, friends. I am Pharmacist Ben. Check out our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com for longevity products, and truthtreatments.com for truth skin health products. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.